If you have not subscribed to Alboa Cinema, this is where you will get everything. So subscribe. Subscribe.
So now, this happened a few, this was 23rd, yes, 23rd. I saw this on the Kenya Copyright Board's X. I think they put it on all the social media. So the Zuku was fined 7.2 million for airing the film Pwago without the creator's consent. Broadcasters must ensure they acquire proper licenses or assignment of rights before using any creative work. I wanted to talk about this particularly because I have some history with this company. And I know exactly what went down here. So, Digital Pay TV provider Wananchi Group, which trades as Zuku, has been slapped with a fine of 7.2 million for broadcasting a popular show without the author's consent. The Copyright Tribunal ruled that the company was guilty of copyright infringement after airing the film known as Pwago without the consent of Kadi Media and Diana Mbogo. Let's see your Pwago. Pwago. Can you say it's a Pwago movie? Is it Pwago movie? Is it a movie? Let's see. Oh, it's let's see. Okay, so there is something. Does it have a trailer? Does it have a trailer? Let's look at trailer. Pwago. Let's see. Let us see if it's it is here. So okay. All right. Okay, so it's here. So this Alfred Munywa.
Amwezi chukua video wakati watu wana kufika passage ni pesa ngapi? Ni vipi?
Okay. No, okay, remember.
Mimi ni Dr. Kapaluku, Dr. Wanipuka.
Okay, I've watched this movie before. It was sent to me. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So that's that. So Pwago. So they've been paid 7.2 million. So what normally happens with a lot of these TV executives is that they would normally send out calls and say they need content and whatnot. But what they are really looking for is to know where the content is coming from, so they can go deal directly. And often the times they usually swindle the said producers. This has happened with Zuku before, with Tanzanian producers and Kenyan producers. A lot of the people, I won't mention them for now, but a lot of the people that worked for Zuku are very corrupt managers, especially these TV people. In terms of content, they were taking all the money. The other time they were doing something called State House. It was based on State House. It was also bogus. They paid tens of millions of shillings. The producers, they just ate the money and left. Often these TV execs will aggregate the content. They'll go do their paperwork in there. So they'll pay for a bit of it. Then they'll pay for half sometimes, then the other half they just take all the money for those. So the producers are left holding an L. Often they don't even have the money to go to court. But this time around the producers went to court and they got their money. 7.2 is a good return for that movie we've just seen. It's a good return. And I think paying also for this insolence we have with media houses. But this is not like the only one. If you look at every media house, they have done these things to producers, but the producers don't have the resources to follow through. There is also other producers in this same Zuku that are in court. The case is starting next month. I'll update you on that. I have some people inside who are actually doing that. This is the thing, producers. The reason why this happens a lot is because a lot of us have become corrupt and try to do deals with these people. The TV executives want a cut of every deal. They're earning very good money, but they want now not anymore because they destroyed everything. If you look at DSTV up there, they destroyed the entire sports thing, the live sports. It was just because of this. Inflated pricing for the market, and then when the reason they inflate the market is because they want the money. The producers want the money. The TV execs want the money. So they do their deals. That's why you hear of these cartels. They do their deals, then they share. The same people, for example, who destroyed Zuku. Zuku is a shell of a TV station right now. They're in big companies right now. If you follow through, you'll find them. They're also sitting in other. It's like they've agreed. When William said another bigger deal, we can do a deal with this one. You know, they have that. So as you can see here, this something like this, I'm actually impressed the Kenya Copyright Board followed through on something like this and made people pay. I mean, this is one of the ways that we can reduce this. But also, you know, these cartels as they operate, they already kept out a lot of people. So there's no access to resources or the platforms. It's a good thing online now, you can do your own thing. But also in terms of capital, you kind of have to be associated in one way or another to get the resources. But still, you can get outside that. But you can see guys are building very powerful online platforms, and they're piggybacking on that to make more cash. So now the issue that is remaining is for the people that continue to deal with these media houses. I know people, most of these media houses, they've dropped their prices for the programming, or even sometimes it's by half, by 50%, by half sometimes. And I think the same. I did a video some time back about the prices of the labor in the. It has remained the same since I joined, 20 years going. The same amount of money. In fact, a bit. Before, people are being paid considerably more. We had a lot more projects. You see, the thing with the Kenya media, when projects come, big projects like Tusker Project, Fames, all this, Bake, all this, when they come, the cartel jumps in, they do a product, but they never meet, they're not able to create enough for that money, that expenditure to make sense. So they always bring down media houses like that. The reason media houses are not able to afford programming is because they don't have incompetent people in there, and the people that are in there are also corrupt. So they're also just doing deals for it. They don't care if the thing shuts down. I mean, how many of these goons would you see? They close one company, they mess it up, they move to another. It's a whole damn sham, and I think this 7.2 million will do well for the Pwagu producers. I hope you'll produce another film from that money, at least half the money, and to do something. I wonder what the process will be like to try and get paid. Yeah, because they're actually Zuku right now, this Wananchi group, they have new owners. I think, let's see what they do. I think the new owners came and opened the shaft and looked inside. There was a stink that hit them. So I think they're still like, oh my God, what did we buy? Because let me tell you, a lot of these media houses, they're just hanging on, just flimsy. If it's not some major politician or someone who's making sure they get some work, some NGOs, of course, that they're always there to push their nonsense, they're closed. They can't do commercial work. They can't meet. Maybe it's Citizen, because they have this iconic brands, the Mwalas, the what that people have watched for a long time. Maybe them what Ushago to consume, but there also that viewership has been cut significantly by online content. People prefer the TikToks and the YouTubes. It is what it is, and happily this is happening. It rarely does happen, and I think producers every time. I also have a case Maisha Magic yanataka kuanzisha when I have the money to do it, because they screwed me over and they're just keeping quiet. The goons there, they're just keeping quiet like that thing's gonna happen. Na sijasahau mulieka huyu anyadike hapo akafanya visanga. I'll mention her name. Take me to court. Wezi nyinyi bure kabisa. That's what's happening. So guys, be careful when you're dealing with this TV station. I know there's hunger and whatnot, but because these guilds and associations, they won't help you for anything. Just if there's just a general kind of apathy, such that when you go to these TV stations, you don't joke around with those two deals. Just enough of us need to do that. Although personally, I don't care. I don't want to deal with them. They become cesspools of mediocrity. The programming is the same dull bullshit for years. Yeah, so wacha si tusukume hii pande nyingine tuone. But big up watu. Hii ilikuwa ni kampuni Kadi Media and Diana Mbogo. Big up. Tumia pesa vizuri bwana, tuendelee na film industry. Ama namna gani? Otherwise, guys, what do you think about this particular piece of news? Leave your comments down below. Subscribe to the channel. You want to get 10,000 bwana, what is? Ama vipi? And mwisho, si mnajua crowdfunding inaendelea crowdfunding hapa chini, weka kitu hapo kwa M-PESA till number, na weka kwa PayPal, all the details are here, and also buy me a coffee. All this money is going to us producing the book of Ka chapter X feature film, African science fiction and mythology. Ama vipi?